Hey guys, I'm back here. Playing a 330 Bounty Builder Turbo on demand, 1K guaranteed, 220 deep stacks, 3K guaranteed, 440 knockout, 3K guaranteed. And, sorry, hold on. I fold. I'm Aaron. I'm an intermediate to advanced poker player, and I'm just trying to get network with you guys and make some friends, poker friends, and hopefully help each other excel at this game. So, yeah, if you have any advice or see anything that I'm doing wrong, let me know. And if you want to message me, go right ahead. And if you want me to review one of your sessions, you can send it my way. My email will be in the description. If you want to send me a hand history, I'll look into it just for something to do, because it's always good to get inside of another player's head and see how they are thinking, right? So, yeah, if you have any advice, it's much appreciated. And for the time being, I'm going to be posting all my sessions that I play. So, yeah, you'll be seeing all my sessions. If you want. It's up to you. But yeah, I got 3 sessions now that are posted. And this will be my 4th. In the last, I haven't been playing much, but I got to ramp it up and start playing more, because I got to I got to make some money and move up in stakes. I'm kind of broke here. I got to get some money together. So this probably would have been a pretty loose raise, but I don't think I would have went through with it. We got lots of action here. All right, King 9 off against a 14% mid-position range, probably dominated often. Ace Queen, Ace 9. Well, we've successfully kept our starting stack, but that's not saying much, because the blinds are fucking huge right now. 31%, 50%, 67. Okay. I don't really have stats on them. I got 61% on this guy. If he raised, I probably rejam, but since it's only 500, I might as well just take the pot odds and see a flop with it. You know what I mean? Because like I can either rejam and have very little incentive to winning, like 1,700 chips, or I can just take the good pot odds and take the good pot odds and see a flop and maybe win a big pot, right? Because I only have 20 big blinds, so I'm just going to be able to stack off with any 10 or queen, or 10 or ace, sorry. Interesting card on the river. I think we might have this one. Calling that. 2 pair on the river. He didn't bat a jack all the way down, which is pretty fucking retarded. Anyway, we're on break, so I will get back to you guys after. Hey guys, we're back. They're about to start up again, so figured I'd resume the video. Anyway, things are going all right now. There's only 149 players left in this one out of 550, so really wasn't that many players to begin with, I guess. Is it 89th? So getting closer to the money. Ace 10 with 19 bigs. I'm gonna min raise, and then I don't know. One of these guys shoves. It's gonna be tough spot. Oh yeah, I should have shoved here. I fucked up. They're all short. I should have shoved here. I'm just inviting them to shove on me now. I didn't realize that every single fucking person was short. Now a small pot. Yeah, I should have shoved that, because I'm just inviting them to rejam, and then I have to fold ace 10 off most of the time. Which is not, I'm not in the game to get rejammed by queen jack suited and have to fold my ace 10 off, right? So king 10. This guy limps like a motherfucker, and he's really fucking up my rejamming, because I can't rejam when he's doing that. Because there's just no incentive to rejam light. Like with ace 8 off or something. So it's kind of fucking me up a little bit. But whatever. Oh, shit. These 2 is a fold for sure. So got about roughly the same stack in every tourney. 18 to 20 big blinds. So this will try our luck and see if we can double up a couple times in these and go from there. What is average in this? Average is 18-9. So it's quite the short stacked tourney. It's a turbo. So okay. Everybody else is going to call. There's the hand we're going with. It's really hard to get outdrawn here. Maybe just checking back's a better play because it's going to be really difficult for us to get outdrawn. Makes sense. The only card that we really don't want to see is a 10 or an ace, right? So allowing somebody to try to stab at the pot, make a little bit more money. Okay, we got a few draws out now, so I'm all in. If he wants to see his draw, he's going to have to pay premium. Maybe he has 2 pair, too. Who knows? Are you fucking serious? Wow. Today is just, I'm running so fucking bad. I get the guy's money and with fucking no equity whatsoever. And how much equity does he have on the turn there? Oh. Okay, cool. How much equity does he have? Show it. 11%. Yeah, how many 11% of the time, or 91% or 89% of the time, I'm going to win. I think that's like the 4th or 5th in a row now. Like 5 times in a row I've lost when I had a 90% chance of winning. Like I played that hand absolutely perfect. I check back when he's never going to call a bet on the flop, and then he turns a fucking pair and thinks it's good. So then I rejam to charge draws, and then he calls and makes a 7 on the river with 11% equity. So no matter what I do today, doesn't matter. I'm just fucked. I can't win. 7 on the fucking river. That's fucking crazy. Just crazy. That's 4 or 5 times in a row now that I've had 90% to win and I lost. So, here, let me see. 5 times in a row. So, 0.10 times 0.10 times 0.10 times. Why isn't this working? I fold. Fuck. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. Okay. So, yeah, 0.10. There we go. I don't know why it wasn't working first. 0.10 times 0.10 times equals, okay, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. All right, so losing 5 races with 90% equity in a row is going to happen 1/100,000th of a percent. So tell me how that is fucking possible. So 1 in 100,000 times that's going to happen to somebody. I don't even think I need to run this. It's all in. This is just fucking no-brainer. You got to go with it. Yeah, that's going to happen 1 in 100,000 times. You're going to lose 5 of those in a row. So, like, and it's always the same thing. I have 90%, and then they win with their 10%. It happens every time. So, all right, we can raise here. Oh, what is? Oh, I get 3 of a kind. He has a worse jack, and he wins with 30% equity. Can't re-enter. Oh, 2 callers here. Well, it's the type of board they can only continue with an ace, so they're going to tell me right away if they have an ace. So I can put out a small bet and try to take it down. Yeah, he has an ace. There you go. Because what else would he continue with here? There's no draws. He's not looking to flop a pair with his overcards. So, yeah, he just has an ace. I'm done with it. Yeah. This guy makes it 300, and he's a 25%er. So I'm all in. Fold this. This session's going to be pretty quick tonight, I think. Because, like, I'm losing every time. So, yeah, there you go. It's kind of unbelievable, to be honest. Like, 5 spots in a row where I have 90% to win. And I lose every last one of them. Yeah, I'm just raising small with these, hoping somebody rejams on me. Raise to 3x. Ace. Yep. Told you guys. Called that one, didn't I? I'll just check calling down with my queens here. He had 8-9. Yeah. Calls my raise. Check, check. And he bets small. Okay. Okay, so ace king, I'm live. But of course I'm not going to win because it's me. Yeah, this is just the fucking most retarded session I've played, like, ever since I started again. Like, it's just pretty much unbelievable. Queens versus ace queen and an ace on the turn. I knew it was coming too. Like, it's just fucking nuts. 70% of the time I'm winning there, and I don't. Like, if the numbers were actually correct, like if I was actually running the way the percentages are, I probably would have fucking cashed in a lot. So I'm just having an absolutely fucking horrible session today. I don't understand why. This is the worst one since I started on playing poker again. $104. So I lost like 30 bucks today. Just fucking big chunk of my bankroll. Be fine if I final tabled one and got a first or second or third place, because then I'd have all kinds of money to spend, but I just haven't even been able to do that. So, because then I'd have like a $300 bankroll right now, but haven't been able to do that. And what is it, 97 tournaments now? 97, yeah. And I'm not playing poorly. I'm not playing bad. I know I'm not playing bad. I might not be playing perfect, but I'm not playing badly, so. 107 places paid, so we're way far away from the money. It's been running for an hour. And I got the last hand there with the ace-7 versus my king-10. Like, I had that guy so fucking good. I had him exactly where I wanted him. And then, anyway, I'm taking half that guy's stack pretty much 90% of the time. So that's the way you got to look at it. The guy's just an idiot that doesn't know how to check, like, third pair or whatever it was, second pair. Because in my head, it's like, how often am I going to get outdrawn here? And the answer is not very much. So I can afford to check one street and let the turn come off and allow them to bet on the turn to try to take it down. And it worked out perfectly, especially because I was so short stacked. I can get him to bet 2K, and then I can shove over him with 5, and then he has to call 3K to win, like, whatever it was, 7, 8K. So he has to call with a 7, so which is perfect. But didn't go so good. I wonder if this thing's gonna get my way. Let's put it down here. Yeah, excellently played, King 10 there. Because the reverse of it is that somebody could have King Jack, King Queen, or Ace King, and I was thinking that too. Like, ugh, it's just a gross spot. But like, if there was so many limpers, I was very justified limping in on the button with King 10. Okay, Ace Queen. Raise it up. Pretty good flop for us. Not so good for his calling range. So I'm probably just going to bet small, like 40% pot. Try to allow him to call with worse hands, like a 10 or a 7 or Ace Jack. He shoves, I'm calling. Even though there's no draws out, but kind of have to go with Ace Queen. Okay, we got 2 pair now. Unless he has like King Jack, we're good. So he's pretty much established he has an ace. I think I'm going to put it 700, which is third pot, because on the river he's going to have to call any bet because he'll have 1,300 behind, and it'll be a $4,000 pot. So yeah, the queen's not very good for him if he has a 10 though. That's the thing. So he might fold here. Maybe he's thinking about shoving with his King Jack though. Who knows? Wouldn't surprise me the way I've been running today. So that played out pretty well. That 40% pot on the flop because it's hard for him to have anything. And if he has a 10, he might call one street. When the queen came off, I think he probably had a 10. And, or maybe 8-9. 8-9 is a possibility as well. But, I don't know. He'd probably be better off just shoving with 8-9 after my bet. If he had it. If he had like a backdoor flush draw with it. Because I'm folding anything but this kind of hand. And then he's going to have maybe 34% equity or something like that when I call, and then maybe 35% equity, and then I'm going to fold probably 60% of the time. Well, no, that's not true. Probably half the time. So in either scenario, he's making quite a bit of money. He's only losing that. What is it? If I'm calling half the time, so 50% of the time plus 35%. 17.5% of the time, he's going to be losing the tournament. The other 92.5% of the time, he's taking that down. So 92.5% of the time, he's taking that down if he shoves there. So that's a pretty good scenario, I would say. 92% of the time, you're printing money. 8.5% of the time, you're losing the tourney. Granted, my range was fairly weighted towards aces just because I did raise a limper and like a lot of suited stuff, suited connected stuff, I'm probably going to be just calling along with. Looking around the table, I'm looking for shove stacks, and it looks like everybody's pretty good except for the big blind who shoves I'm folding actually. Because you got to have something pretty good to jam versus under the gun in the big blind for 17 bigs. I think 7s is probably a fold. Probably start calling it pocket 9s. Pocket 9s, pocket 10s, ace queen. I don't really have a read on him either, right? So there's that. But we've only played a few hands together, and I'm raising his big blind after taking him on 2 hands ago. So, okay. So this guy shoves, so we're done. He likely has a higher pocket pair. Well played. Yeah, I don't know if he's using heads up display, but I'm playing a 15-13 over 65 hands, and I raised in early position, so I've raised 3 out of 16 hands, so So what is that, like 20? Quite a bit, actually. I'm raising more in early position than I am in others, I guess. This is how it is, I guess. That makes it 300. He has a 22% opening range, so definitely can call here. Tens are all good. Tens are all in his range here. I think we can call a small bet with ace high here. Yeah, okay. We've seen ace under 9. We're pretty happy about it. And if he checks turn on the river, we can reevaluate and maybe turn our hand into a bluff, depending on the river. King 3 off we can get rid of. Yeah, ace highs in the big blind are really good hands to check call with continuation bets on boards like that are fairly dry. It's a pretty good check call spot with ace high because a lot of the time it's just going to go check, bet, small, call. Turn is going to be three of spades, and he's going to go check, check, and then on the river we're going to have some blank, and then it's either going to go check, check, or I'm going to turn my hand into a bluff and make him fold. So very often, more than 33% of the time, and if he's betting half pot, that's how many times I have to win that hand to be break even. So it's probably happening more like half the time. Maybe even slightly more on that dry board. But a jack was pretty good for his range. And the 10 was, but not exceptionally well or anything. If he was playing like a 12 and 6 over 47 hands, I probably would have folded ace 8. Or ace 9. I probably would have folded ace 9 if he was like a 12 and 6 because we're just asking for trouble. But, well, maybe not ace 9. Ace 8, ace 7, I probably fold. Ace 9, I probably continue with, actually. And then any suited ace, because suited aces are just great. Overbet. Pot committed overbet. So, well, there we go. Who is the flush? Ha ha ha. Outflushed. That's fucking shitty. You could, I don't know, like raising there. Could have just called, because this guy, like, when this guy fucking overbets the pot on the river and commits himself, like, it just screams, I have a flush. Probably just calling with the 7 high flush would be your best bet there, but I don't know. Yeah, just, I don't know. I don't like it. Calling with the 7, 6, 7. I think you can get away from it. But I don't know. This is online too, and it's really fast structured, and it was for a bounty, so I guess it wasn't awful or anything. It's hard to get away from a flush. $720. So this guy's in a tough spot. I guess you're shoving now. You might as well. Maybe he has 7-8. 7-8 would make kind of sense, I guess. Maybe 6-9, 10 or 9-10. I don't know. He did come in early position, middle position. So I guess 7-8 suited is in his range sometimes. Oh, a set. That makes sense. Queen Jack suited takes it down. They both had sets. That's fucking crazy. This guy got punished there pretty good. What does he do with pocket sixes in early position? He just calls or what? Calls the under the gun razor. Okay. I was just wondering if he limps in early position with pocket pairs, small pocket pairs, because that's kind of a tell, because he doesn't look like he's limping very often. 24% opening range. But he very rarely plays in early position. Okay. He's only played 1 out of 10 early position hands, so he has a 10% opening range right now. Check, check. Definitely a c-bet board with your entire range. So I don't know what the check was about. Unless he actually does have a jack or something and he's trying to get tricky with it, but it really doesn't make sense because it's an obvious giveaway that you have something. But now you're going to bet 3,500 or something. See that a lot. You got to make up for the fact that you checked it all the way down by betting 4 times the pot on the river. King Queen's good enough for sure to start the pot. King Queen offsuit against a 16% 3-betting range. I don't know. I'm all in. This guy just lost a big pot, and he's doing this with 16% of hands, so 10. Well, he was doing it with 16% of hands over 50 hands, and he just lost a big pot, so I thought he might be light with like ace 7 or something. Or like king jack or king 10 or something, so I don't know. It was kind of a close spot. I think king queen suited versus a 16% opening range would be like 55, 56%, 57% maybe. So pretty fucking good. King queen offsuit would have 52, 53%. And I only need like 46% to rejam there because I opened already. And he just lost a huge pot with set over set. I figured he was probably just getting frustrated maybe. And he lost with a flush, a smaller flush. So I just figured he was getting frustrated. Trying to just end the night or something. I was wrong. He had 10s, but I don't know. I think a lot of the time he's showing up with like a7, king jack, king 10. And I have like the correct amount of equity to get involved. 11 and 17. Usually I would fold, but this is just an optimal situation. Like look at 17 and 6 and 11 and 0. So I think I'm going to raise it. Even though usually I just fold. He beat me to it. But yeah, I'm definitely in a good spot to be opening up my range on the button here. So average stack is 7,800 and we're 7,900, so that's good. Started with 3,000. We're down to 266 out of 700. So we're getting close to that money. I think it pays at 107th. Yeah, so we got a bit of ways to go. A6 suited is a good button cutoff hand to open into pretty tight guys. You have to be defending your big blind. When you have 20 big blinds or less, you have to defend your big blind extremely wide, especially to min raises, because of equity realization. You're going to be able to realize all of your equity when you make a pair or a draw. So regardless of your positional disadvantage, so you have to be calling very frequently, unless you have like, I don't know, I'd say you call it about 70% of hands. So anything suited, pretty much, and then like 10-6 off, 10-7 off, 9-7 off. Just folding all that offsuit garbage, basically. Calling with like any ace, any king, any queen, every jack down to like jack 6, and like 10-7 off, plus 9-7 off, 6-7 off, depending on the opener, and then like 8-6 off, 7-6 off, and then 6-5 off, 5-4 off, and then folding everything else. Okay, jack 7 off is a fold. Oh, fuck me. Oh, we got a bounty, so that's nice. I didn't get it yet, though, I guess. It's always nice to get a bounty. Guy isolation raises with aces. Well, that's a cooler. Having pocket 8s there, you're pretty much good all the time. Don't know why he shoved with 23 big blinds. It's kind of fucked himself there, because he probably could have raised, min-raised, and then this guy would probably put out like a 3 times. It's probably a smaller raise because he has aces. He wants to get it called, so 2.5 times. What is it? 150. So 700, and then he can call 700. See this flop, and then check. Probably call 1. Check call, and then on the turn, if he jams, probably get away from it actually, and have like somewhat of a stack left, but. Because, like, there is a 10 out there. I guess it kind of would look like a draw when he continues barreling, but you got to remember that he 3-bet you pre-flop, and he is 3-betting 0% of hands. So yeah, there's a good chance that he has a high pair if he's going to come out with a 3-bet for the first time in 57 hands. But anyway, my opponent made his choice. He has to lay in his bed now. Okay, 6-5 off. We'll get rid of that. Yeah, we got some pretty tight guys to my left. And everybody's fairly tight on this table, actually. Except for this NK Knots guy or whatever. This guy up here. He's a little bit on the passive, loose passive side. Folds to continuation bet 67% of the time. This guy doesn't fold to continuation bets very often, I guess. Yeah, he called 2 out of 3. That's something to know. Oh. Fold the continuation bet 2 out of 3 times, so that's good to know. And these guys both fold the continuation bet 2 out of 3 times. Oh. Oh, there it is. 2 out of 3 times, yeah. So they know how to fold the continuation bets often. I think that guy I was playing with earlier in the session. Pocket 5s. Yeah, I'm gonna open it. It's really, if there was like a ton of shove stacks or like more than 3, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably fold. But I have 55 big blinds, so there are implied odds. Okay, well, 14-2 guy wakes up with pocket jacks or something. It makes this ridiculous overbet. But, okay. Like, what is your sizing about? Like, you have 5,500. You can make a standard $1,100, $1,050 3-bet and have me in position with a premium pocket pair when I call with my 8-9 suited or my pocket sixes. But my opponent wants to let me off the hook, so that's good. $16 big blind shove under the gun. I'm calling with ace jack suited, ace queen off, and pocket nines plus. So you know. All right, we witnessed a couple of guys. One guy rejammed into me with 6-2 off there in this scenario, and another guy did it with 5-4 off, and I have 10-2 off, and I'm folding. So just because the guy has less than 20 big blinds doesn't mean you have to rejam any two unless they're like an absolute fucking nit. And this guy's pretty tight, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be calling me. He's probably going to be calling me 30% of the time. So 60% of the time I win 500, and then 30% of the time I'm racing with 29% equity. So I'm losing big time. This guy's pretty deep stack, so I'm just going to call. If he was like 45 big blinds, I'd probably 3-bet, but that was a large bet. Nice card for me. $10-7. What was this sizing on the river? I want to take a peek at this sizing, bluff sizing. Why is he raising 10-7 off? What an idiot. 29. So what, 2/3? Yeah, like one thing I would like to mention there is, okay, so we have 7,400 chips, right? We got about 35 big blinds or something. This guy min raises. I just call. Could have 3-bet him, but I have 35 big blinds and he has 74. So if I 3-bet, I'm not putting his tournament life on the line. I'm putting my own tournament life on the line. So I figured just call in position, take a flop. 4-2-4 comes. He bets. It's very dry. Doesn't connect well with this range. So I call. Goes check, check. Then on the river, he bets 2,900. I didn't raise all in because if I raise all in and he calls me with ace-8, that's not going to be the best circumstance. It's going to be good, but it's not going to happen as often as me raising all in and then him beating me. If I called this and lost, I would still have 1,500 chips or more than that. Like 1,800 chips to try to come back in the tournament, right? So sometimes making an extra 8 big blinds isn't as important as having that 8 big blinds to, or 8 to 10 big blinds to try again, right? So I'll lose the tournament or I'd have 73 big blinds if he called. So 65 big blinds or 73 or 65 big blinds now, always when I'm right, or have 73 big blinds or none, probably 30% of the time. And with 10 big blinds, I can come back pretty easily, especially when I got guys that are super tight to my left. So that guy just fucking, I don't know, he's an 11-11, but I know all of a sudden he just goes crazy in that hand. I don't know what the hell he's thinking. Like, you'd figure 11, well, it's over 9 hands, I guess, but still, he's playing pretty conservative. Like, he's only played one hand and he picked 10-7 off. Like, it's worth mentioning, I would never raise 10-7 off in the cutoff unless, like, the players to my left were, like, these guys, like, tighter than these guys, like 12-10s or something. Maybe if I had some kind of read, but 10-7 suited, sure, but 10-7 off doesn't really do anything very often at all. Flop top pair, maybe 15% of the time or something like that. And then you have a 7 kicker out of position a lot of the time. Average is 91K. Or 9,100, sorry. And we're in 53rd place, so it's going pretty good. We have 64 big blinds, so that means we don't really have to worry too much about losing the tournament right now, because it's probably not going to happen unless we take 2 bad beats instead of 1. Queen 10, ace jack. Oh my god, that's fucking crazy. Did he have a flush draw or 8, 9, 10, jack? Okay, an open ender. Okay, I guess. What does this guy do here? Call. 289. 600. 6 calls. Okay. 10. Okay. 13. Yeah, if I was this ace jack, I would have checked and gave up when he called for half a stack, to be honest, because that's super fucking, like, pot committed. Like, what are you trying to get him off of? Where is that? Shit, where'd it go? So, min raises. 615. 13 and 27. It's always good to pay attention to sizings of your opponent's bluffs, because people are creatures of habit and they tend to do the same thing again without even noticing it, to be honest. I don't know. There's too many shove stacks, but like this is probably an okay open if you have a good tight table and you're the big stack, but not me. I think I'm just gonna let that one go. I think ace 5's gonna be okay, like sometimes. I think it is GTO with 60 big blinds to like open up ace 5 suited, but just because it's GTO doesn't mean it's like absolutely essential or anything. Just means it's GTO, which means if everybody's playing perfect poker, this is how you should play. Be unexploitable. 24 and 15 raises. This guy's been running fairly well. I've watched him win some big pots. I think he got set over set. Or no, he got a straight over 2 sets, which is pretty lucky. So basically we have the top of our range here, so I'm probably going to check raise with a pair of queens or pair of kings because he's going to be able to call with king 9, king 8, king 10, king jack, you know, or vice versa with a pair of queens. Okay, we got a bit of equity on the turn. Probably going to put out like about half. We had a bit of equity there. He didn't represent any interest on the flop, so let's see. Doesn't really connect with either of our ranges. I guess there's more flush draws in the big blinds range than any other player at the table, so there's that, but yeah, I guess this does connect fairly well. Like any ace, though, should check back on the flop, I guess. Checking back on the flop with an ace probably would be okay. So maybe he had an ace X. Guy's super tight, or else usually I just limp fold. But they're playing a 15 and 7, so, and we got them covered. So I think we're getting away with murder when it comes to these assholes next to us. This guy doesn't understand the concepts of being pot committed, I don't think. But we saw this guy do this with Queen 10. Pot commit himself with Queen 10, so I'm not necessarily... I'm going to put that. Pot commits himself with marginal holdings. Yeah, he pot commits himself with marginal holdings. With the Queen 10 there, he pot committed himself, which was insane. Because when you have 2 overcards, fold equity is your best friend. So, and I don't even think he had any fold equity to be shoved. So, like, it's just a clear fold all day, every day. If he had ace high, yeah, it's pretty far back. But yeah, if he had ace high, I could kind of get behind the call, to be honest, because like your opponent's not going to hit that flop very often, being an early position raiser. But Queen 10, like, it's just, nah, you're not good there. You might be good, I don't know, 25% of the time. But then once your opponent bets, you're probably only good like 15% or something. Because like his range is going to contain a lot of Queen Jack, Queen King, Ace 10, Ace Jack, Ace Queen, pocket pairs, King 10, Queen 10, Jack 10, you know. Well, this guy in particular, probably the suited combinations, but not the offsuits for King 10, Queen 10, Jack 10. Okay, we can fold that one. 9 big blind, Nico Bap, or whatever the fuck his name is, decides to jam for 9 big blinds. Perfectly fine play. GTO, the game theory optimal approach to having 10 big blinds or less always is to shove. First in. So, but 12 big blinds, 11 big blinds is gray area, 12 big blinds, 12 big blinds, you should be min raising. Or you can shove, you should shove for 12 big blinds in, or you can min raise for 12 big blinds in early position, like under the gun +1. But in late position, you should be shoving 12 big blinds. But you should always be shoving 10 big blinds. Unless you have aces or kings, then you can go ahead and min raise, and people will just think you're oblivious to the blinds going up. If the blinds just went up and you have 10 now, multi-tabling or whatever, people won't read into it too much. Or if you were shoving on the other table with 12 big blinds each time, and then you move to another table and you get aces or kings, they won't have any idea what your game play is like, your patterns, so then you can go ahead and min raise as well in that spot. But if you've been shoving lots and with the same amount of stack, you should probably just continue shove to remain balanced and not to put off tells. Because usually if a guy shoves 3 times and picks up the pot and then min raises, like, it's a pretty clear sign they got something they want to get some action with. So. Check, check. Is he pot controlling an ace here? That's the question. Oh, yeah. You take a note on this guy? I'll just put checks for pot control. So this guy can check for pot control, which is interesting. It's like usually a pretty good play with ace-8, definitely. Let's see the flop. Okay, min raises. That's 1/3. That was a good play. That's how much you probably should bet on this flop. Check, check. Deuce. But he bets 750. Yeah, that was played well by my opponent, this guy. King 10 off with 55 big blinds as a fold under the gun. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of 5 shove stacks. So we're on a pretty short table. We don't need to get shoved on with King 10 off. It's not a good scenario. Two, 4 offsuit. Probably folding to a raise, to be honest. I can't really do much with 2, 4 off. That was a 19-13. And 3 offsuit. I think this just answers over folding, so I'm probably going to shove if it's folded around to me, but it isn't. It's playing a 14-6. There's a good possibility, and 67% folding continuation bet. There's a good possibility that they're vastly overfolding, so I was going to shove that, but that's special circumstances. And like 10-3 off against what, 35% opening range or calling range is probably going to be like 36% or something like that. So there we go. King, queen, nines, and jacks. This guy just lost a big pot, so it's probably not good to get loosen up my range when he's in position to me. So he has pocket nines, keep that in mind. He just opens shoves, and then call, call. All right, not much to say about that. Interestingly enough, he doesn't go for a min raise. Most players will go for a min raise with jacks there. To allow this guy, like maybe this guy gets away from king queen off, as opposed to when he min raises, he might get this guy to shove with king queen off, right? So I think min raising probably be a better strategy with jacks there instead of shoving. Or like, who knows? Maybe this guy is a7, and he's like, well, time to go with it, and he rejams. But if he shoves, he's like, well, it's for my tournament life. I have no fold equity, so I'm done with it. Nine, 5 suited is definitely not good enough to go with. It's 10:51 here. I didn't really play a super long session today. I think I started at like 4 or 5 o'clock, so I've only been playing for 5.5 hours, which is good. It's good not to play too long. You get kind of tired and you start making stupid decisions after about 9 or 10 hours. You're just kind of playing like auto game. You're not really like reading into all the facts and stuff after a while when you're exhausted. Ace 5 suited, ace 9 suited. No, this is a leak here. Doing that. Oh no, it's for a bounty. I guess that was the reasoning there. So this guy has like 15 bigs and he shoves and he ISOs with ace 5 suited. I don't think it was awful, but I think that ace 5 is going to be dominated a lot when you do this. It's hard to take a note that this guy calls wide because it's for a bounty and he was in the small blind with a relatively playable hand, and he's big enough to afford to lose there. So silver. Oh, which guy was the guy that? Only one of those suited shit hands. Limpy dimpy. Oh, man. It's definitely been a day. Pretty frustrating. Like, can't seem to final table, and yesterday getting 40th and getting 16th place, 19th place, 10th place, 17th place, like all these final table bubbles, and then this bad running. It's like, fuck me. It wouldn't be that bad if I actually won one. And then I'd be like, okay, well, it is how it is. But I really am threatened by the fact that I might have to deposit again. I really don't want to deposit again. If it comes down to it, though, I guess I'm going to have to. I have no choice. I got to make money here. I got to get this bankroll up. I'm not going to like it much. $2,000. Ace on the river, and he jams. And he's just barreling off. So this leads me to believe this is a bluff. Unless he has like 5-6. That kind of makes sense, I guess. Oh, he opened. He actually jammed river. Too many shove stacks. He actually jammed the river when an ace came. I guess it worked out, but like shit, most players would check on that card in particular, because this guy could easily be calling him down with ace high. I guess if you think you have him. This guy really likes calling these little shoves. King Jack this time. 100%. And we got this other guy here. He's worth $3. Looks like we're on break, so I'm going to stop the video, guys. I'll be back after the break.